Well, welcome back once again to the garage. Today, we're going to try to get this 83 ATC 250R back together. In case you've missed everything, let's recap what all's going on with it. So, one of the wrist pins decided to escape out of there and try going through. Luckily, didn't really hurt anything too terribly. Cylinder's pretty scraped up. I think right there's some of the worst of it. There is some scoring in the cylinders, but most of it doesn't catch a nail. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to clean up these edges in the porting, clean up all this. I have a new piston to put in here. For anybody who missed the last episode, I know this isn't the right way to do it. This is the last bore on this cylinder, and I want to put my money in that 300. Not even though this is a Custom Crafts 300 kit, that is the Honda Line 300, which is superior in my eyes. So I'd much rather get this thing running, moving, fix the brakes, miscellaneous items like that. Get it so it is a usable vehicle, maybe not to its top end performance-wise, but it's at least usable and runnable. So that's why we're doing this. Enough talking, let's get into this. So here's hopefully a little bit, let me get my light out, a little better look at this cylinder. As you can tell, most of the damage is right there. So I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take this wheel here, clean up as much as I can right here, and then probably get something to clean up the edge. I need a third hand, you know that? Clean up the edge basically right down in there, so it's not going to be rough or hard for either of them to get through here or here so the ring doesn't catch. I've got some diamond bits. I'm going to try to clean that up a little bit. The rest of the ports, I think, look pretty okay. If I can, I might get the wheel down in there and clean up a little bit. Maybe clean up that little part right there. It looks a little bit chipped, but anything I think the rings might catch on. Right there is my biggest issue. So I'm going to kind of clean those spots up. So get this in, clean this up. I would time-lapse it, but every time-lapse I've been doing so far has been getting claimed, even if I'm giving people credit. So we're not going to do that. So let's get to this. So I'm not sure how well you guys will be able to tell if there's a difference there, but that actually cleaned up all right. You can still catch your nail on like one of those. For the most part, they're okay though. So now I'm going to tackle that spot down there. You might be wondering, how do I know what I'm doing? Easy answer to that is, I don't. So let's try it. So, overall, I think we're cleaned up pretty well. Oddly enough, this guy right here barely catches a nail. So I think we'll be okay. I am worried a little bit about some of these nicks down in here. I tried cleaning them up just a little bit. If someone knew what they were doing, they could probably clean it up pretty good. I'm not that person. But overall, I do think that this cylinder looks a lot better than it did and is probably usable. Now, like I've said, and I won't ever continue to repeat this because someone could easily critique me, the cylinder's on its last bore. I don't want to put any money into this cylinder because the Honda Line 300 kit over there that I want to put on that bike. However, I want the three-wheeler to be usable. So, with that being said, that's why we're doing this. Make it usable, put the money into the Honda Line, and at least make this thing so I can run it around and use it if I want to. So, let's get it back together. Alright, cylinder's done, new piston's in, facing the right direction. I know the clips are actually in this time because I can't do anything with it, so that's right. Vacuumed out down below, ran a magnet through there, got all the metal out I could. I'm going to throw this thing back on. Today's actually the 7th. I want to get this thing running today, making that deadline for myself. Already had a few hiccups. Also, the wrist pin that was in this piston was a little bit too long. We're going to say that I didn't use that and that I got the correct one. So, let's get the cylinder back on. Somewhere, what's going on here? That one's in. Everybody looks like they're at home. You guys have moved a little. Over here, looks like everybody's at home. Well, things aren't even a bad decision. I'll just tap her down. Get out of here. I bent that. What are we catching on? The rings are in. And there's the ring. Right there's our gap. Oh, that's lovely. All right, that's on. All right, so cylinder's all back together. I did spray a little bit of oil in there, so when I'm kicking it over for the first time, it's not going dry, because wouldn't want to score that cylinder. But yeah, I'm kind of in a hurry right now, so I'm going to go ahead, throw the pipe on, we'll throw the tank on, we'll see if she'll kick over and start. Alrighty, pipe's back on, let's get the tank back on. And to be completely honest, I'm a little bit stupid. In case you haven't picked up on that yet, I got a case of the dumbs. Probably should have made sure this thing rotated 360 prior to getting this far. But I guess this is one of those full send moments where I am 100% committed already to this working. Will it? I don't know. Did this thing have a hose clamp on it? Oh, it does have a spring clamp. That's good, actually. That's actually a surprise. Until the clamp holds you up. Get on there. You know, we're going to call that good enough. That's pretty much what I've been doing with this thing, is everything's just good enough, so let's just put these in. So I'm going to go with the tank falling off, because that would definitely be the worst thing that could happen right now. Okay, kill switch button is in. That bolt feels like it's cross-threading, which is better than no threads at least. Turn this thing on. Let's see if the carb wants to leak. Does not appear to. I guess I should probably choke it. Also, there definitely could be air leaks. I have no idea. Let's see if she even rotates. She does. Feels like she's got some compression. So that's good at least. How much fuel's in this? Not a whole lot. I wonder, am I on or reserve? I'm on. I should probably be on reserve. Still nothing's leaking out the carb. So that's good. She's not sounding like she's running right, which honestly isn't a surprise. But hey, it does start. Sounds like it's not getting fuel. Maybe I am just too low on fuel. So that's it, everybody. The 83 250R runs once again. I would take it out and run it, but I'm not sure, since new piston and rings. I'm going to go through the proper break-in procedure with it, because everything on this three-wheeler has been done to the most proper form, you know. I'd like to not ruin anything again. So all I really have left, you know, is finish breaking in the engine, throw on the plastics, do the front brakes. You guys have seen me do front brakes on every three-wheeler that's been in here lately. I don't think we need to see that again. So, like I said, I'm going to finish doing the braking on the engine, throw the brakes on. The rear should already work, I think. Throw the plastics on, and she ought to be good to go. So, once again, everybody, thanks for watching again. If you want to look up how to not rebuild an engine, this is your example right now. I did a lot of things on here incorrectly, but kind of correctly. But regardless, it runs. Can about guarantee it'll drive, but I'm not going to try that till it's broken in. And should be ready to go. At least piddle around and do little stuff where it's in my way, basically. Hopefully next we can get back on that thing. I'm looking at myself backwards. Hopefully we look on that thing, get back on it pretty soon. I know I got one other video coming. It's an oddball, one-off. So, yeah. Keep watching, and T-Nap, maybe Brian and Darb, thanks for the like. Have a good one.